It's that time again where we right wrongs and get fucked. Here's the April channel update. Now this month is going to be a mouthful, so I made some notations to speed us along, facilitate the process, if you will. I'm already doubting that this will help much, but it's good to have dreams. Let's get started. This month I finished off 40K Inventory Management Simulation? Whatever. Along with 2 Choice of Robots runs. Viewer democracy at work, folks. We're also near the end of our time together in Caves of Cud. For one means or another. And, we're just getting started with Starzu. Woo! Off screen, I've been practicing Total War Shogun 2 with my friend Danny, or Otaku Shout as he is known on Mixer. I've learned many things in our co-op campaign. Things like, hey, the Shogun gets really upset at you if you become too powerful, and one of the ways you become too powerful is by your vassal gaining territory, but then the Shogun turns your vassal against you even though it's your vassal's fault you crossed the Rubicon, so now your vassal joins everyone in hating you forever, and that's just not fair. I've learned other lessons that will help when I record my playthroughs, so huzzah for knowledge. And of course, I am also participating in a Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition campaign being uploaded to someone else's channel. We are all dragons in the Forgotten Realms setting after the Spell Plague. I'll link the relevant playlist in the video description. Now, next month, it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a lot different. We'll finish up Cud one way or another, and we'll see Grimith take on Sengoku Jide, and we'll also have the long-awaited continuation of the Heroes... Excuse me. Tried to eat something today. The long-awaited continuation of the Heroes Rise series. I did the first book 4 years ago now? It'll be fine, probably. I've proven to myself I can read aloud for long stretches after what happened to my throat 2 years ago. I just have to avoid my wacky and zany voices. We'll see how well I do with that. But that's not all. I have other projects in mind. I will not mention names so as to avoid raising hopes. But I do expect... No, I demand other activity from me and May. Beyond those offline endeavors, I will also be live streaming extensively. It won't be an everyday affair, but it will be occasional. Like half the days of the week? Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday? That's what I'm thinking right now, subject to change, of course. Capricious, mercurial Grimith at hard at work. Here's the catch. Or perhaps the attraction. I don't know what times those streams will be. Yeah. Just like the old days. Could be 2 p.m., could be 4 a.m. Could last 90 minutes, could last 9 hours. I don't fucking know right now. I won't fucking know during the month. I'm not gonna know until the moon strikes me and I'm suitably inspired and off we go to the races. Yeah. Fucking... Old Grimith is back, everyone. For the best, for the worst... I've got ideas of what I'll be streaming, and some of those ideas include rewarding the rewarders projects. There'll be games I'm alright with streaming, or at least ones I think I'll be alright with streaming. You must understand that broadcasting reduces my ability to focus on the game. Makes me worse at playing it, particularly if I've never played it. Thankfully, I did alright at Inventory Management Sim, despite the odds. Total War Shogun 2 was something that I was going to broadcast first instead of that, but the text was too small in a windowed form. And there's been other things where just either due to my unfamiliarity with the game or putting in a windowed mode has just been uncomfortable. I could go on and on, whatever. I feel that lack of skill, it bothers me that, just like... it settles in my bones. I'm always aware of it, cognizant. And there's times I'd just rather not broadcast instead of trying to power through that lack of skill. And my inattentiveness due to reading chat. Many of my peers, Lethal Feline, Evacane, SKS, although he has been doing his NCAA football series, many of my peers, I know, I just named only a few folks instead of going on. Trying to expedite this process, damn it. They've transitioned into only doing live streams instead of local recordings, and that's just not me. It's not who I am. My Jimmy and the Pulsating Mash playthrough certainly would have suffered if I had done it live. You know, I spent meticulous time collecting my thoughts, you know, organizing my notes, reflecting on the game even while playing it, and I would have just absorbed less of that if I had been sharing it with others, you know, in a live sense instead of sharing it with others after the fact. Live streaming also doesn't allow for long-form commentary. Then again, YouTube's comment system. This is why I made like the Discord server public years back. Let's let's drive away from that topic too. That is a sizable tangent. A digression, although perhaps a worthy one. I just don't want to get into it right now. Yeah. Well, all that sounded great, didn't it? Very fucking inspiring, huh? Woo! Holy shit, sounds like a whole lot. You may be fucking wondering, what the fuck? Are you for real? You're gonna do all that next month after not doing all that for so long? Uh-huh, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm, yep, this sounds fucking, yep. Look at you fucking doing shit, woo! What gives, Grimith? I've been... not nostalgic. Pensive? Reflective this year. I'm confident that has come through not just in my update videos, but in all my content. 2019 has done a number on me, and I am reminded of... It was the spring of 2009. I was in my final year of college. I was visiting the history department to meet with my surrogate advisor? Yeah, we'll go with that. My actual advisor had just broken her arm. My actual advisor, who got me to take my senior seminar class the year prior, she taught women's studies, and I not only enjoyed it, but did my best research that year, diving into old papers and manuscripts and transcriptions. Excuse me. The research library was like in a bit of transition, like in a transition phase, as the university was like erecting like a new place to store those documents. So like all that shit was like boxed up, so I had to go to their temporary like location to have the stuff unpacked for me so I could sift through it, which made it even more of a treat, like sitting alone in like this fucking like dusty cubby hole going through all of that to write about the Equal Rights Amendment and its failure in the state of South Carolina. I read that paper again last year, along with my other collegiate papers, like how comic book superheroes influenced American consumerism post-World War II. I enjoyed that one as well. That was my freshman year. It wasn't as good of a paper, but it was pretty nice. I liked that one. I didn't do bad. I certainly wrote different than I do now. I wrote different then than I do now. Just how I communicate. Of course, you know, collegiate papers have like fucking like different elements and styles you need to communicate in a more professional setting than how I fucking digress. There I was in the history department. It was evening. I was leaving the office, walking through the halls of the stairs, passed by the entryway to the department where there was a bulletin board and a tablet with... A tablet? No, there was no tablet. I'm blaming this fucking headset I'm wearing on my around my neck. It's not like I'm having sound pipe through fucking into my neck during the update video. What the fuck? Maybe that's why you're coughing, you dumb bastard. So yeah, the table in front of the bulletin board had like little vase of fucking flowers. Not sure whether they're fake. They had like pamphlets and shit on it. You know how these fucking things go if you've been to university. Fucking college. Whatever, there it is. Even in fucking like just normal schools. Like, there you go, bulletin board. Ooh, have a great day or whatever. The bulletin board, though, and the pamphlets didn't have like, ooh, have a great day. It was like, the value of history. Why does history matter? Here are your fucking opportunities. Here's what you can do with history. And I stopped on a whim. I reading the bulletin board. It's just killing some time before I shoveled back to the dorm, which was a long walk for me. My freshman year, my dorm was super close to not just my history building, but like the humanities like section as well. Like most of my classes were just, at worst, I'd roll out of bed, I'd go down the elevator, I'd walk across like the little bit, and I'm in the classroom in 5 minutes. That's awesome. But when I became a resident mentor, the dorm I did it at uh, was at the other end of the fucking campus. So instead of like, I roll out of bed and I get to class, it's a 5 minute stroll. I roll out of bed in the other dorm, it's a 25 fucking minute walk. Unless I happen to catch like one of the university shuttles that pass by, which was a few blocks away. They could end up being jam packed full of students. Wasn't most reliable. Had to be super early for that. Yeah. Uh, did great financially, taking that job. It's something to put on the resume. But I really cramped my rolling out of bed and walking to class barefoot style. Could not really do 25 minutes comfortably barefoot across the hills. Fucking, here we go again with the digression. So, like I said, killing time. Other end of fucking campus. Fucking resident advisor, assistant mentor, whatever the fuck. My grand idea. There I was. I fucking did it again the year after, because I'm fucking stupid. But I already knew what I wanted to be. A history teacher. That's what I wanted since 5th grade. I had many things in mind as a kid, most of them social jobs. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a police officer. I want to be a social worker. I want to, help children. I want to, whatever. I suppose wanting to be an entomologist and studying insects isn't quite qualify as a social job, but, there's social insects, right? Like ants, bees, wasps, social insects. That fucking counts, right? I wanted to teach, though. I wanted to be history, even though that wasn't, and I don't think still is, in high demand. I'd probably have to coach a sport on the side, all the schools around here that I can think of, the history teachers end up being the ones that also do, like, physical education stuff, too, because history just isn't that big of a deal. Maybe, I get into researching, or, whatever. I fucking had the world in front of me. I was gonna think of something. I was sure of it. And, that's why I was there. Reading the bulletin board and pamphlets, all of it material designed to inspire and evoke ideas in your mind, and why you wanted to do all that. Only nothing came to mind. For the first time ever since I had decided on history, I drew a blank about why I enjoyed it. I wanted to share it with others. Why it mattered to me. Why I wanted to teach it. A decade of hindsight later, and I understand why I panicked. I understand why history had diminished in value to me. And I also understand what worried me about teaching. Back then, I didn't know. I spent a lot of time wandering that night. I sat glumly in the Russell House. It was just like the central food court and activity area for the university. Not too far from Gamble Hall, which is where the history department was. Immaterial. I had a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and like a pint of marble slab Dutch chocolate with crumbled Oreos. Fucking, living high. I'm fucking resident mentor. I got fucking money to shell. There we go, bitches. Had all this fucking food and I was afraid. Because somewhere along the way, I lost what mattered, and it wasn't food. I didn't understand how that could happen. I mentally checked out the rest of the semester. I couldn't anymore. I poured so much energy into trying to understand what had happened to me. I wrote what I called the Final Testament, where I broke down my dreams and fears, my hopes and loves, everything from the beginning of my life to that moment. I spent just a lot of effort, all to try and understand what the hell happened. I still am a slacker. I had tried so hard that year, before that night, and then all of my work and time got spent trying so hard on me that year. And I did not see a future with me in it. I'll gloss over a whole lot now. I've addressed many of these topics over years of streams and Q&A videos. You can dig through the archives of Q&A if, looking for stuff like that. I don't want to rehash everything about me, Suffice it to say that a decade after I lost all hope, I'm still alive. I don't understand it. I lived long enough to see my grandpa die. He died right at the start as I was doing this hobby. Right as I began the Bay 12 like forum like series, you know, let's get on the Liberal Crime Squad adventure or Let's Play adventure, however the fuck I wrote that. That is like still linked to at the top of like my YouTube channel. It's out right corner. Yeah, I still remember like being there in Ohio and getting on cruddy internet to like check like the forum, like the Bay 12 forum, to see what had been written about what I had done. I lived long enough to see him die. I see my dad make peace with his parents, to see his parents die, to see my father die. Boy, did I see my father die. Spread his ashes in the lake he loved. To have friends die who were better than I'll ever be. To see other family and friends get that haggard look of death, like a death mask, you know, the sunken face, the hollow eyes, unfocused, there but not. You know, bodies just... It's more than not the same, it's... like, not alive. I know that look, because I see it in my face. But right now, I'm still here. I've been playing with house money this entire time. A self-destructive path of wanton hedonism. Woo! Hatred and doubt lurking just along the edges. I wasn't supposed to be here, you know? How am I still breathing? For the time I have left, however long that may be, I want to spend it in passion. To lift the shackles of lethargy. Oh, that was so fucking melodramatic. I had a girlfriend who just got so frustrated. She enjoyed my writing, but like sometimes like so damn wordy, or like so very like maudlin. Just it's so saccharine, like how I would express things or how I'd write about it. Like, to lift the shackles of lethargy. What the fuck ever. But yes, to lift them. And say, this is it. This is what you've been saving your energy for. Now go. Which is why next month must be different for Let's Get On With It. I must embrace all the anger and excitement and frustration and joy that doing this for 9 years has brought me. Recording and live streaming gameplay is not my hobby. It is not my profession. It is my therapy, my palliative care. And now let's seamlessly transition into Corporate Grimith! Woo! Yeah! Grimith delights in the poor life choices of his viewers. Oh yes, and there have been many. I've got an entire Patreon full of people paying me to tell them they suck with money! You know, they're the ones responsible for bringing Starzu back, right? Yeah, and hell, there's even a new goal. Would you believe that? A $500 one, where I'll make a patron-only poll and allow the kids to vote on bringing back a series from the past. It could be some ants, Admires Alpha Centauri, Trilby Quadrilogy, Devil's Attorney, who knows? Star Control 2, the Cloud Masters, people want me to play it again for whatever reason, let's go! Who knows what'll happen in this latest scheme from Corporate Grimith to squeeze water from an aquifer. Certainly ain't a fucking stone with all this fucking money that comes vomiting out of it, right? An aquifer of dumb, which is what these patrons are. Anyway, let's get on with some shaming, huh? Yeah! Nick King, you dumb son of a bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Long shot 137, you stupid cunt. Cast iron dude, fucking cast dipshit, yeah, fucking just silly name puns like I'm in elementary school. Ponder fish, ponder what? You ain't pondering shit. Ponder dipshit, aha, yeah. Lieutenant Smash, smash that fucking give me money button, fuck yeah. Necro Lotu. Necro Lotus? Like, I don't really have, I mean, you got Necro in the name, I think I'm cool with that. Like, you're really appealing here to, like, Corporate Grimith sense of necromancy, right? I can appreciate that. Kalen, what's up? Perpentock, stuck here in fucking perpetuity like it's fucking purgatory. Zachary McKinley with your fucking crazy vomit Canadian address that fucking bizarre, and I write so awkwardly. You know, I fucking send other, like, I send postcards fucking internationally, right? You know, fucking Europe land, fucking Middle East land, fucking Australia land. No one's got as fucking bizarre of an address as fucking a Canadian address. Seriously, Zach. What the shit? Tiny shopkeeper, the fucking, like, the conductor, the patron saint of poor life choices, fucking head of the pack. Either fucking, like, leading the whole shit show. No, he's not fucking leading. Fucking, he's got, like, an entire throne, like a gilded throne of shit that, like, he's fucking, like, Tiny Shopkeeper has, like, has, like, a minigun of poor life choices. He's made so much fucking money that he just, like, vomits it all out everywhere. Like, his life approach has been, if I just make tons of money, then it doesn't really fucking matter the quality of my choices, because I'll just make all the fucking choices, and I can't fucking be stopped. And really, Corporate Grimith can really appreciate that level of thinking. Corporate Grimith just had an epiphany. Keep up the good work, Tiny. Mog, A+ from you as well. Doing wonderful. Applejack, like, we made like a pony joke, we made like a cereal joke, we made there's probably like a dumb Arizona joke in there somewhere, I'm sure. I don't know, like that sheriff that forced those people in the prison to wear like crazy outfits, like that's not really appropriate of a joke to make, and it's also like an old joke. That would have been something I made like a decade ago. Not a very timely joke, right? Maybe the best insult I can give you is that I can't think of anything for you. And Sentinel, once again, whereas Nick has been like the fucking vanguard, the real conductor here, and Tiny is fucking carried along on his throne of gilded shit. Sentinel is the opposite of the vanguard, the rear guard, some may say, holding up the back of quintessentially awful life choices. There's the wall of shame. If you'd like to join them, you're more than welcome to. You'd even get a postcard for your efforts. I spend time personalizing them all. I fucking stamp them and everything. I gotta buy stamp books. If more patrons contribute, I'm gonna have to buy even more stamps. It's gonna be crazy. I've got enough international stamps to carry me over. What if more international people contribute? Then I won't. You could inconvenience me. Now, if you've got a cunning idea for how Corporate Grimith could convince you to make a poor life choice, feel free to share it in the comments below. Bonus points if your idea would make you or someone else feel unreasonably guilty. You know, that kind of unreasonable guilt where you're like, I don't really have the money to spare. I don't really think I should be doing this, but here you go. I'm going to give you this money away. Like that kind. If we could just, like, encapsulate that and distill that into its pure essence, then Corporate Grimith could be swimming in all the money! Alright, it's time to go. School exams are coming up for the children, so there's tutoring to be done, even today. Now, fortunately, only one of them is suspicious about my different appearance and what it means. Take care. Or not, I mean, you would fucking not take care. Corporate Grimith does. Alright, that really is all the bizarre, like, impersonal, disgusting, like, carnival barker, auctioneer, like, attitude I can approach. That's too fucking sleazy for me. Ugh. Or is it? I mean, no, I don't have it anymore. Bye now.